Hi everyone, Alan from Newlands Nursery, and this is today's 5-minute Friday. We're in the houseplant greenhouse, or the main greenhouse that we grow all the houseplants in. There's some elsewhere, but this is the main one we do. Nice and humid, nice and warm, perfect conditions for the houseplants, and a sort of a dappled shade. We've got shading above us to give the perfect conditions. And we're going to be taking some cuttings from this lovely Tradescantia. We're going to take the cuttings and put them in here, and at a later date, at some point, I might actually put them into a hanging basket as well. I really like a Tradescantia in a hanging basket. It looks really good. So I've got some compost. It's a multi-purpose compost, but it does have a nice amount of drainage in it. It's quite an open compost with a bit of barking and stuff like that. So if you are going to do cuttings for houseplants, a little bit of drainage really goes a long way. So I'm just going to fill this pot with compost, and something I find really useful, especially when you're doing houseplants or Tradescantias in particular, is to actually water the compost before, because sometimes it's a bit of pain watering afterwards, and the soil will hold together a bit better. So I'm just going to water that first. So I'll let that water sink in, which it will do, and we'll turn our attention to the cutting. So this lovely purple Tradescantia, in that 9cm pot, we're going to be putting 3 cuttings, sort of almost around the outside. And I'm just going to cut the cuttings just like that. Just cut the stem, and I'll pick 3 ideal cuttings just to take there. Take another one, and then it's just a case of putting them in the pot. So the water's sunk in nicely. Got a dibber, and I just make a nice hole, and what you'll find is now that we've watered the compost, the soil holds together a bit better and it's easier to put the cutting in. So we don't want to bruise the stem or anything like that, which you can do. So I'm just going to pop that in there, just like that, and that's your cuttings done. You can obviously water as well. I'm just tucking them in, so I'm pushing the compost around that stem, not really squeezing, I'm just sort of making sure it's settled around the stem, and it looks nice and full, and these will root nice and quickly. Tradescantias root really quickly, and they'll be ready to pot on, whether you're going to put them in a big pot like this, or a hanging basket, or just grow them in a pot like that. It works well on a windowsill, or in a reasonably bright living room, bathroom, somewhere like that. So if you've got any questions, as always, get in contact. We're here to help. See you soon.